Welcome to the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network. I'm Jeff Brightwell alongside Daron Schoenrock, and coach teams in a really good role right now. 10 in a row. You've played over a month at home, but you've set yourself up pretty well now going into conference play that's going to come up this weekend.
Yeah, we did what you're supposed to do at home, take care of business and get into a routine and get on a roll. And the weather's kind of let us get into a routine, and our guys handle it very well. Took on some challenges. Some of the challenges were just getting ready to play. It wasn't necessarily the opponent or the pitcher you're facing. It's just, playing through misty rain, shoveling snow, a lot of things. So,
Alcorn State comes in over the weekend, a team that was kind of struggling. You played them last year. They came right at you, though. Last year had a lead in 2 of the 3 ball games for you. Eventually won all 3. And coming in this weekend, it's a 4-game series, so you can't take anything for granted playing 36 innings of baseball in less than 48 hours.
Yeah, that was one of the ways we're trying to catch up on some games that we had snowed out or rained out early, is to pick and choose where we can add games. And this was one weekend we went from 3 to 4. A lot of teams do 4-game series in the preseason. And that was my first experience of it, and the Big Ten used to do it. It's a lot of baseball, and it's a long grind. You get very familiar with your opponent by the time the 4th game rolls around. But our guys handle it well. We kind of just grinded through that Sunday game. You could tell there was a lot of tired hands, a lot of tired bats, tired bodies, but proud of how they handled it, and we were able to kind of do what we should do offensively for at least the first 3 of those games.
Friday night, it's a pretty good game. You saw a true knuckleballer. Every pitch he threw was a knuckleball. Then he'd sneak a little 71-mile-an-hour fastball in there, and that's tough to adjust to. We saw, it's easy to get up under that. You can make contact on the knuckleball, but it's hard to get solid contact.
Yeah, and really they're pitching the whole weekend. After that, there was a lot of plus minus and a lot of lower velocity stuff than what we'll see, and that can kind of get in your hitters' heads too. Is the timing issues involved, but they pose a very serious problem because of how athletic they are on the bases. Then they can score runs very quickly when they get guys on, because they put the ball on the ground, they run, and so it was good to get the 4-game win. I'm anxious now to see how our team handles the road and life on the road after a long home stretch.
Yeah. Tucker Tubbs had a nice weekend. He made the American Honor Roll, racked up the RBIs, got a grand slam. He's got over 20 RBIs, and Zach Schreitenthal leading the team in hitting now. He was just blistered the ball over the weekend.
Yeah, Zach's finding some holes, and he's getting comfortable down in the 9-hole spot where we're hitting him. We're probably not going to move him from there. He got in the lineup, and he's in there specifically because he was our best defensive option at third. He doesn't need to forget that. He doesn't need to think all of a sudden now I'm an offensive guy. We should rely on other guys in the lineup to do things, but Zach has really moved forward as a player. He battled in and out of some being confident last year. We threw him in there in that mix as a true freshman, and he had energy and had a lot of passion, and then he kind of hit a little wall and lost some of that energy and that passion. What I've challenged Zach with is just keep his body language positive on an everyday basis. Play hard on defense, and he'll be in there pretty much every day. And now he's starting to contribute offensively, so that's a big plus.
We can touch on Arkansas. At the time we tape the show, you're going to go to Arkansas that Tuesday night, but Wednesday night you're going to be back home 5:30 at AutoZone Park. It's going to be a good matchup at AutoZone, a tough team, and it's also going to be kind of a sneak peek. Obviously, with the Cardinals purchasing the Redbirds a year ago, the parent club owns them. They're doing massive renovations. So it'll be kind of a sneak peek to see what that ballpark's going to look like once it's finished for the Redbirds this summer.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see it. We went down and did a site examination to see if we felt like the surface was going to be ready, and I think we felt good about that. But some of the changes they make look very fan-friendly, and some very interesting changes. And I'm anxious to get our club in that thing 3 times this year. And some years it works out, some it doesn't. But what I tell our team is, this is a time when a lot of Tiger fans see the Tigers play baseball, and a lot of people are going to see you here that don't come to FedEx Park, and that's reality. And you want to change our crowds at home, play well down there, and we have for the most part. The last couple of years we've kind of held our own down there. We put on good showings, and this series with Arkansas was started in 2011, and something we're going to do probably every 3 years, something like that, and it's a good series.
Coach, you're going to hit the road early Thursday morning. You don't get much of a rest. Good thing you're playing at 5:30 because it's an early flight out Thursday to get to East Carolina. And we remember them from Conference USA. Got a new coach there. They struggled the last few years, but they bounced back. They're 16-8, won 7 of their last 10, averaging over 6.5 runs a game.
They really swing the bat. Very well coached. Cliff Godwin, that was a long-time assistant at Central Florida and then at Ole Miss. Played there, and great place to play, very strong fan support, kind of one of those Conference USA schools they're kind of the big fish in the small pond. So the athletic program there gets tremendous support. Football crowds.
Yeah. Baseball
stadium is about a 3,500 seat stadium, and they'll draw in the neighborhood of 3,000. Tough place to play. And looks like they've got a very good offensive club. You're going to have to outscore them to beat them, and that's going to be the challenge for our guys and a challenge for our pitching staff.
I'd imagine with the success they've had this year, the crowd's probably starting to come back to Clark LeClaire Stadium. I remember that's the one stadium in Conference USA, and they had some big stadiums in Turchin Stadium, then at Rice and Houston, but that was the one stadium that I thought you could really feel a momentum shift within the environment, within the crowd. Even if they weren't winning, you could feel something was about to happen just by the energy of that crowd.
Yeah, they've always been very, very supportive, and it's, I felt like it's in the old heydays of Conference USA, it was tougher to play there than it was at Rice.
Yeah.
Rice, the momentum came from the players and what they did, and at East Carolina, you could always feel like it was from the people in the crowd. So. Good challenge for our guys, and it'd be a fun environment. This is what I'm telling our guys is this next stretch this is what you want in college baseball. This is what you sign up for is tough road challenges, big stadiums, big crowds, big environments, and it kind of forces you as a team to band together and stick with each other, and that's how you're going to survive it.
And really a change of scenery going to Clark LeClaire this weekend and then Little Rock that you went to on Tuesday night because you haven't been on the road in over a month now.
Yeah, it's been very comfortable being at home, and so now and one of the things that happens on the road is the roster gets shrunk down some, so you don't have all 35 guys. It's a little different, so you got to get used to it. The good teams at the end of the year are going to find ways to get the wins they need on the road, and the challenges in front of this team in the next 2 weeks will tell us where we are.
All right, Coach, thanks a lot. We'll see you on the road.
Thanks, Jeff.
That is head coach Daron Schoenrock. I'm Jeff Brightwell for the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network.